All right, Brown Balls. We are back in the house. How you doing, brother?
It's all about Dodgers now, bro. Moved on as Laker
Dodgers.
fans.
Oh
Dodgers.
yeah, all the
Dodgers.
Lakers fans have transitioned back to Dodgers stadiums. But yeah, man, a lot to get to today. We have a bunch of new NFL news. Obviously, we have the NBA playoffs going on. A lot of stuff happening there. Let's just start off with the Lakers first and foremost. We didn't cover it last week because it happened right after we talked. Lakers were officially swept. By this OKC Thunder. What were your thoughts on it? Were you surprised that we got swept? Because you were kind of thinking LeBron can give us one game, and he couldn't really give us one.
But honestly, it's an upset, right? I mean, no one expected OKC to win. Just kidding.
Right.
Honestly, I thought they'll get at least one game. I'll tell you this right now, man. I like the fight that Lakers put up against OKC. Because, coming into the series, everyone talked about how, we played them 3 times and the margin of the victory for OKC was 30 points or above. By halftime, It was like a 35-point game,
Right.
So, and that was with Luka, right? So, I mean, I thought maybe we would win one game, but we didn't win one game. We were just straight up sweep. But we kind of hung in there. But then all the third quarters were brutal. And the good takeaways I'll talk about some positives, man. We kept Shea, like, I don't want to say we stopped him. We kind of kept him in control, little,
Mm-hmm.
But then obviously, I guess people got to know who AJ Mitchell is. If they didn't know who AJ Mitchell was, AJ Mitchell's a goddamn good player. He went to Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
He was like a lower first round pick, I think, or maybe a second round pick. But he got drafted 2 years ago. He was injured, so people got to know who AJ Mitchell is. And so, but again, that's why OKC is OKC. They'll throw so many players at you, man.
They're too deep.
Way too deep, man. And so, I mean, it'd be stupid to think Lakers would even win without Luka. Even with Luka, Lakers will still probably lose this series because we just don't have, fighting power, man, And so, but like I said, I like the fact that they put up a good fight, but they still lost, I thought they'd probably win that game 4 the way it was going. They had a lead.
Did they?
Because they came back and they took the lead.
Okay, I'll give you this. It was a close game. But you just knew that OKC, if you turn it on, it's over. Like I think it was a game 3 I was watching, and I think they were up by 5 in the end of towards the end of third and the beginning of fourth, and like you just knew, like even though we were up by 5, I was like, I have no faith. We're not gonna win this game. So even though they're up, and I think one of our other buddies was like, I was at his house. He's like something like, as long as the Lakers, as long as we show up and we're fighting, I was like, dude. That doesn't matter. Anybody can show up and fight. It's a playoffs. Obviously, it's gonna be competitive. But it felt more like how the Lakers kind of destroyed the Rockets. It kind of felt like that. Like you just knew Lakers had the upper hand against the Rockets the whole time. And in the same way, you just knew that OKC, if they just turn it on, they're like, okay, enough's enough, Lakers. We gave you, you guys had your fun. Now we're gonna just turn it on. Jared McCain, freaking crazy pickup by OKC Thunder. He's been clutch. AJ Mitchell, like you mentioned, absolutely insane. I mean, they don't even need their second best player.
Yeah, he didn't play.
He was gone the whole series, and it didn't feel like they really need him.
Which is
obviously a lot of questions now for Lakerland. There's a lot of rumors around LeBron. What's he going to do next? Obviously, it's not his final season because I think when he does his final season, he'll probably make a whole show out of it. Like he'll do a whole this is my final farewell tour. So it's not going to happen, obviously. So this maybe is the final season for Lakers. But if you're Lakers, there's also questions around Austin Reeves. Do you give him the max? Do you not after his playoff performance? What are your thoughts on that? Where do the Lakers go?
Austin Reeves would have been better off not coming back into the playoffs. I think he lost. I think he hurt himself.
Why is that?
I understand he tried hard to come back. Oh yeah, obviously he probably wasn't fully recovered. But you gotta understand, public's not gonna know where you were, right? Public's just gonna see the performance you put up, right? The eye test. And he had 1 or 2 games, which was good, and then every other game was bad, for him. And obviously, look, as a Laker fan that I am, this is a very important offseason, man. A very important offseason. Either this offseason will put Lakers back to where they're supposed to be, which is a championship contending team, or this is going to be 20 steps back where the time we the time we signed Lou Alding and Moskov. Like, you took so many steps back there. You know? What I say by that is that, look, I understand people love Austin Reeves. People see what happened to Alex Caruso. We let him go and picked THT over that. I completely understand that. But I would not pay Austin Reeves the max, man. I would not, man. Because
you let him walk?
Depending where the money is, right? You probably have to do a sign and trade. I mean, no team. I mean, there's not teams out. There's only like few teams out there with cap space, right? But like, I mean, if a team is gonna outright just sign him, then let him walk and get it. But I mean, I don't. If you're gonna be a second best player, man, you can't be a no show in the playoffs 2 years in a row.
So when LeBron was out and it was AD, did AD throw off 35 and 15 rebounds every game? No.
I mean, we don't know that because in the playoffs, like, AD did perform.
Playoffs, regular season doesn't matter. He didn't do that.
No, I know, but I get it. I mean, look,
if Michael Jordan was injured, was Scottie Pippen going to go out there and score 40 a game?
It does matter because you're judged by the playoffs. I mean, in the season, anyone can put up points, right? I mean, you can just do whatever, right? But meaning, like, Austin Reeves, I mean, he had a, he came back and, I felt like LeBron was playing better than Austin Reeves, at some games, and Austin Reeves just looked so flat, I understand he was coming off an injury, but he was out for about like 3.5 weeks. But again, man, I would be scared to pay him that max, though, dude. Which is like, what is that, $45 million a year, dude? I'll be scared to give him that, dude. I'll be honest with you, man. There are a few players available who could be available, and I would go after that, like, for example, just a hypothetical, man, like, this is not going to happen. I would entertain Utah Jazz if they would give Austin Reeves. I mean, if they really want Austin Reeves, but in exchange of Laurie and Kessler, right? That'll fulfill our need of a center that we need. Kessler's a really good center. And Laurie Marketing, who can, I don't know, could be a second option, but could definitely be a third option, He put up good kind of points right there. Or I know right now, one team that I think that's really going to go hard after Austin Reeves, man, really, really hard, that no one's talking about is the team that you're watching right now, is Detroit Pistons. The one thing Detroit Pistons lacking is that second scorer, right? Everybody else can fall in places, and they need that second guy who can score for himself, right? Austin Reeves does that a great job. And Jalen Duren has been going downward trending, right? And I'm not saying trade for Jalen Duren, but I'm saying that if you're the Lakers, the one team you have to watch out for that will give him the max is Detroit Pistons. They really need that second player, as you can tell what happened yesterday, So, I mean, look, I love Austin Reeves, but I just don't look. Let me make it clear. I love Austin Reeves. I want him back as a Laker. I just don't. I just wouldn't pay the 5-year I think his max is 5-year $275. I wouldn't pay that, price. I would be comfortable paying him like 5 years $200, but I wouldn't want to pay more than like $35 million for Austin Reeves, man. 35 million. That's my price range for him. Like, I wouldn't go 45 million that he's asking for. I don't know what your take is, but I don't think, he should be getting that $45 million contract. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
All right. My thing is, if the Lakers let Austin Reeves walk, it would be the dumbest move we've made in a long time.
Yeah.
We need to pay the guy. I can't.
Even the max.
Yeah. Why? First of all, you just said Detroit needs a second scorer. If we get rid of Austin Reeves, who are you going to replace with him?
But see, the thing is,
be a legit second scorer.
We have so many holes, Tapas. Like, I'm trying to see how can we win a championship, right? With Luka, okay. We have Detroit doesn't have that type of holes. Like, Lakers have.
We fill the holes when LeBron's $57 million salary is gone. That's where the holes is going to be filled, right? Because now you're opening up so much more cap space for us to be able to work with. And I think and you saw in the beginning when LeBron was gone, when it was just Austin Reeves and Luka, what was their record? 15-4.
Yeah.
Without LeBron.
Oh yeah.
So that works. Just because Luka's out, it made Austin Reeves like it's kind of like how like people gave Cooper Flagg a lot of shit. Like he's a bust. He's not a rookie of the year, and that's because the system was not built for him. Same with Austin Reeves. This was not built for him. And he's coming off an injury. Yeah, the first game he looked rough. Obviously, I think he's trying to get himself settled back in. He's not going to go out there and score 30 points after an injury. You don't expect that from anybody, right? I can't remember when AD would come out by himself. When it was just AD and LeBron would get injured, he couldn't go out there and score 30, 40 points by himself. He couldn't do it. He needs LeBron. So it's just like Austin Reeves needs, Luka. So I just think, and Luka said it. Luka really likes Austin Reeves on his team. They're really good friends. You can tell they have really good chemistry together. And the last thing you want to do is also lose out on Luka because of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. It's like a friendship tax essentially,
exactly.
right? Because it's like how LeBron got AD to come over, you got Russell Westbrook come over, all those taxes, right? That we paid for them too. I just think it would be a team killer if you were to get rid of or let Austin Reeves walk. And I say sign him, and then I trust Pelinka enough to be able to build a team around those two, and the new ownership to build a team around those two players, and everybody else is gone. Your boy Marcus Smart was not it. He's leading the freaking the playoffs in turnovers. You saw, and I said this when he first came. I said he makes the dumbest decisions when the game counts. I saw it in the Celtics. I saw it in the Lakers games. Like we were up by 5, and he just throws an errant pass. So what are you doing, Marcus Smart? He doesn't play like his last name, right? And if LeBron comes back, that's fine, but he may have to take a pay cut. That's for sure. We're not going to pay him the max, whatever.
What's your take on about LeBron, though, by the way, before you continue? Like, there's all these reports came out about how he was hurt by, they gave the game ball to, Pelinka gave the game ball to Redick over him, even though he broke the record of the most games played, including playoffs and everything, but they gave the game ball to, that's just such a little girl shit right there, man. Like,
you can and he also said in the press conference, I don't know if you heard it, where he said that he wasn't used to playing as a third option.
Yeah, he brought that up.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't bring that up because you wouldn't. In the playoffs, he was the first option, right? But the fact that he had to put that in, they're like, oh, I was a third option, and it's not where my role is.
Can he go to that he'll be a first or second option right now?
None.
I mean, no, he could.
Maybe the Cavs.
No,
he
could.
Option at Cavs.
No, he could if he doesn't want to win a championship. He can go to Wizards and be the first option.
Team. Yeah, for
he can go to the Wizards and be the first option. He can go to Charlotte and be the first option. I mean, go for it, man. Like why? Okay, look. The funny thing is, when AD was on the team, he was trying to give the the torch to AD. Mm-hmm. He wanted to take that backseat. And now when you have Luka, who wants the torch and who wants to take it. And
there's a legit second option.
And
now you're like, oh, why?
Playing better than you.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, man, I hate saying this, man. I'm a big LeBron fan. You know that too. I'm a LeBron homer. But it's time to move on, man. I'm telling you.
I hope so.
I don't even want a discount. Like, I don't know if you heard what Brian Windhorst said, that the Lakers are walking a very fine line right now, because if they basically what LeBron's telling the Lakers is that I need a why. Why should I take a pay cut? The Lakers have to come up with a good vision for him to take that pay cut. Dude, to be honest with you, if it's not the Lakers, there's nobody else signing your ass, bro.
Not for Max, yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna. No one has that money. And so then Brian Windhorst said that if Lakers mess up, he will purposely take the mid-level to go with the championship team. And if that's what LeBron wants to do, then go for it, man. I mean, if that's how you want to play,
he'll get zero credit for that champ. If he goes to a mid-level, let's say he goes to
OKC,
yeah, or he goes to the New York Knicks, even.
Yeah.
Let's say the Knicks hypothetically make the finals.
Yeah.
He goes there and he wins championship. Zero credit goes. Maybe like the Kevin Durant thing. Exactly. Yeah, you just riding the coattails of a East Conference team. So yeah, fine, go ahead. I know Brian Wendy's been saying that because he's a LeBron lover and all that kind of stuff. So has Nick Wright too. But I was like, no, we're not. I don't want us to pay the guy. If I was the Lakers, I'd be like, why should we pay you? If you have $57 million to pay, I would get somebody else. That'd be more productive.
They paid his son $18 million for no reason.
Exactly. So get $70 million out of a cap, because as soon as LeBron's gone, LeBron's cut. Like the next day, we got to cut his ass. He's wasted bench.
The thing is this, right? Like LeBron, he's the reason of Lakers' championship downfall, right?
Yeah.
Lakers had a OKC type of team where they threw players at you, but LeBron wanted Westbrook.
Right.
And that cost us Caldwell Pope, a sniper.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Kuzma, a young athletic who can play defense, a scorer, right?
A good third option, yeah.
A good that was a core piece. And then on top of that, we had to let Alex Caruso go in that case too.
Right.
Because we had to pick between THT or Alex Caruso. And we ended up choosing THT, right? Because we had to go for youth a little more. And so think about what LeBron cost the Lakers. We let 3 role players walk away, dude. Like literally.
Yeah.
Like key ingredient for a championship team, dude, for us.
Yeah. So I mean,
come on, man. Lakers did everything for him, man. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Lakers already had that deal for Buddy Hield in Sacramento. It was a done deal. And we would have kept everyone still. And like, no, go get Westbrook. We need Westbrook.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was ridiculous. And so, I mean, again, unless LeBron comes back for the minimum or the mid level, I'm okay with that. But we're not paying his ass. Honestly, I wouldn't even want him. Let's just move away from the LeBron era. I think him and Luka are also like not the most eye to eye. I think they play so similarly that I think they wouldn't work. And I know like Luka's been hinting that maybe he wants to get Kyrie back into the Lakers, so that might be kind of cool too. But because I think he looks up to Kyrie as well. But yeah, man. I hope LeBron walks. I hope we sign Reeves and we just restart.
I just don't want to pay Reeves like 45, 50 million, man. That's so much for that guy, dude. Like, I'm just like.
But what else are you gonna do? Who is the next guy up that you can legitimately think that will have good on court chemistry with Luka and also be a legit solo second scorer? Like let's say Luka's on the bench and he can be your guy.
Would you like I'm just throwing some names. This is not real. This is not gonna happen, but this is just what's available out there. Like I know this is never gonna happen, but I would throw in Austin Reeves and a first round pick for Jaylen Brown. I would do that, you know?
That I would do, yeah. I do that.
Jaylen Brown wants out, and like, I mean, if he wants out, I know Boston wants to kind of, get a player who can actually complement Tatum, and Austin Reeves is the type of player to complement any star, He's like Derek Fisher, he'll complement any type of player,
Yeah.
I would
if that can happen, yeah, I'll do that.
Like that's what I'm trying to say. We can do a sign and trade for that, or would you? I don't know if you would want to, but would you want to? I know Luka said no, but would you want to include him for Giannis trade? I don't know. Like I just don't know either. So
yeah, I don't know about Giannis. I think like you said in the past, like him and Luka are too similar. Yeah. They need the ball. I think Jaylen Brown would make a lot of sense. That would be sick if we get Jaylen Brown and Luka together. That would be a good contender because I think Jaylen Brown and Tatum are so similar. That's why they may not work together. But Luka and Jaylen Brown are very, very different.
Jaylen Brown and Tatum at a crossroad where Shaq and Kobe were. They're dominant together, but they want their own team.
Right.
I mean, they want to be in their own ways. Like getting in their ways, but they want to be in their own team now. That's the thing. So.
Yeah, I mean that I can see. I can forecast seeing that, but I mean, that's a 1 in a million chance that happens. Again, maybe Lakers get lucky, but who knows?
If I told you, Lakers will get Luka for 80 and a first round pick, you would be like,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, anything's possible nowadays, I guess.
I'm just letting you know, man. Because the thing is this, man. The one thing Adam Silver did that helps the NBA is the apron, right? And teams want to get under that shit. And Tatum is making 60, Jaylen Brown's making 60, Eric White is making like 40. And Pritchard's is a free agent too. I want Lakers to go after him if he's available. Pritchard, paying Pritchard. He's a good off the thing. So yeah, man.
Well, another team that also got swept in the second round is the Sixers, getting swept by the Knicks, and you had the Sixers winning the series and going to the finals. And I did not believe that Embiid can ever stay healthy enough
And you're right, he did not.
Yeah. But I don't know if you heard his comments in after Game 4 after being swept. He said it was overall a good series for him. He felt really healthy in the series. I'm like, how do you feel healthy? You missed the game. How do you feel healthy? But he's a shell of himself, right? They obviously we know now Daryl Morey just got fired. And I think they're trying to figure out it's the what's his name? The previous president of operations for Warriors is now
Bob Myers.
Bob Myers, yeah. So maybe Ellen Brand might get his job back. Who knows? Nick Nurse, I think that's a good move. Keeping Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse is a very, very good coach. I think he'll be all right.
He's a good development coach, man. He's a very good coach.
And then now and they gave Embiid the extension, so he'll make $60-something million next year. So what do the Sixers do?
I'll tell you
now.
exactly what they should do, and they should follow this path. Embiid, his stock went so down for last year, like untradeable. His stock went back up, or his tradable now. His contract is tradable, right? Because he showed what Embiid healthy can be, which is a dominant player. He played dominant against the first round team Boston Celtics, right? He played very dominant, right? And he was there. So his stock is back up, right? His value is there now, right? If I'm Sixers,
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, you can trade him.
It's on up and up, yeah.
You can trade him now. He's tradable contract now, right? Before he wasn't tradable because he just didn't play, right? So you can't really trade him for shit, right? You probably have to attach first round picks with it. Now you don't have to attach anything, right? Because like
no,
you
I think
understand.
you do.
I don't think
For $60 million for Embiid, you have to give him first round pick
because you gotta understand. Like I hate using this team, man, but Detroit Pistons, right? They're the best record in the NBA, right? Or not in the NBA, in the Eastern Conference. They're struggling against Cavs, right? And they're dying for that second. Like Jalen Duren was benched in the fourth quarter, man. And this guy is a restricted free agent. This guy
killed his stock. He killed his stock.
Yeah, this guy, he became Kwame Brown. Like he doesn't know how to play anymore.
Or DeAndre Ayton. Yeah,
exactly, right? Or Ayton, right? Think about it. If you are Sixers, and if you are Detroit, you know if Embiid can just stay healthy, Detroit is such a good team that you don't have to play Embiid like 82 games, right? As long as you know Embiid could play like half of the 82 and be healthy for the playoffs. Because what you really need him for is for playoffs. Because you can tell when Cade was out for 2 months or a month and a half, Detroit was still winning games without Cade, you know? So Detroit's a good team, you know, and coached by a really good coach. So I'm just saying there could be changes there, right? Like Sixers wouldn't mind having Jalen Duren, right? And because he's a younger player, but at the same time they can get rid of Embiid, right? So I'm just saying, the second thing Sixers have to do is get rid of Paul George, man.
Yeah, $57 million too.
Because you have to start building this team around Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. You have to start doing it now. You got to get rid of Embiid and PG, man, honestly. And that's why Daryl Morey got fired, because he thought PG was still, you know, he believed in PG and gave him that $250 million contract. I don't know why.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and ridiculous. And he's not his show himself, right? He can't even play. It's kind of like Angel signing that guy from the Nationals when they won the World Series. I forgot his name, and can't even play anymore. Like can't even hit the ball. So it's kind of like that. So I mean that's the thing I would say. You know, that get rid of those two players and you'll be up and up. Then, you know, that's what I think.
I think for both players, you'd have to attach a first round pick for both of them to be able to trade him. Because Embiid, like if I'm Detroit, there's no guarantee that Embiid's gonna be healthy in playoffs. The dude missed most of this season too, and he still missed playoff games. So like, what am I? It's like AD. Like you don't know what you're gonna be getting if you're gonna pay $60 million for somebody. I would want to make sure there's some kind of guarantee that you're gonna show up. There's no. I mean, Embiid missed 40% of the games this season, and still missed 1 or 2 games in each round. So like, I don't trust that. Why would I spend him? You know, you gotta give me a first round pick. And PG, his contract has become like the Chris Paul contract, where nobody wants it because it's so. And again, who gave Chris Paul that contract? Daryl Morey. So this dude loves to pay these players. You know, I think the nail in the coffin for Daryl Morey was when he traded away the guy to
Jared McCain to OKC.
Yeah, Jared McCain to OKC. That was the one where you're like, what the hell are you doing, man?
And like the way he played it in the playoffs, like hitting threes.
Yeah. Like he's out there in a championship team.
So tell me this, right? So Jared McCain, I think he was number 17th pick in the first round, 17th or 18th, one of those, right? I forgot. He was right there, you know, in the late 19s, right? Or like 17 or 18. So Sixers traded him to OKC for a future first round pick. So future first round pick for Oklahoma City Thunder, is it going to be 17 or 18? It's going to be a 27th pick.
Yeah, 20-something. Pick. Yeah.
So essentially, you basically traded $1 and you got 50 cents back.
Yeah, almost a second rounder, essentially.
It's like, what do you do? Why would you even trade Jared McCain? Like, this guy played well in Duke, man. He was a good player. And, like, come on, man. What's wrong with you? He
showed signs, too. In the first year, I think he was injured a lot, so there was not much. But this year, he was going crazy, going ballistic. And it's the perfect kind of player you want to attach to a core like Edgecombe and Maxey, like a third option, you know, a good third option as a small forward. That's what he can do. Or even off the bench, he could be a good spark, which he is for OKC. Like, I just don't know what the hell Sixers were thinking. It's bad overall management. I know a lot of them they're blaming the owner Harris, I think his name, but like
No,
even
no, no,
them, Daryl
no,
Morey also
no.
had a lot to do with with the
This
ridiculous
trade,
contracts.
this trade reminded me of, do you remember back in 2017? I hate saying it, but stupid Magic Johnson traded Zubac
Oh, yeah, yeah,
for
Zubac, yeah,
to Clippers for, because we needed a shooter, so they wanted to go get a shooter from Clippers, which he didn't work out. But
yeah.
we traded Zubac, who was only 21 at the time or 22, for like that.
Second rounder and that shooter, right? Yeah,
Like, why would you do that, Magic? Like, he just did that trade for no reason. Like, we were gonna win a championship with Zubac or without Zubac. We're not gonna win a championship. So why even trade him away? Keep him,
yeah,
dude. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah. Well, that is a lot of stuff that Philly's gonna have to figure out too. I'm interested to see what they do with Embiid. There's obviously a disconnect. You can tell he's halfway out the door, but he also just signed the extension, so he's got to figure it out too. We'll see where he ends up. The four teams remaining still, as we mentioned, the Timberwolves and Spurs. That is 3-2 in favor of San Antonio, and Detroit against Cleveland. Cleveland's leading that 3-2 as well. Both games are gonna be tomorrow. Who closes out? Do you have more faith in Cleveland closing it out or Spurs?
oh, dude, I have more faith in San Antonio closing it out, right?
Yeah,
But I think this the Cleveland game's going 7, dude. I just,
yeah, I think it goes 7-2. Yeah,
it's not. It's not gonna be. This is the same shit they did with Magic. They lost this. They lost the game at home. They had to go to Orlando, win that game, and they brought it back and just won the series.
yeah.
But I personally think both games are going to 7. To be honest, I'm sorry, not
You
both
think
games.
so?
Both series are going to 7. Yeah, man. Like I told you, right, for the San Antonio and the Spurs game. Like, I'm sorry, San Antonio and Minnesota game. I told you, like, something with Anthony Edwards and something with playoffs and Minnesota. The Chris Finch is such a good coach. They're neck and neck, man. To be honest with you, and I do feel that I ultimately think that San Antonio will win because they have home court advantage in Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see Minnesota losing in Minnesota right now. And tomorrow in Game 6, right? And that's how I feel, man. I mean, I know Wemby's catching fire, but this team.
Wemby's playing out of his mind right
But
now.
Minnesota's playing well too at the same time,
That's
But
29 last game.
I know, man.
Well, I mean, I think if Wemby didn't have, which again, it was the stupidest flagrant foul. It was obviously
He
should
did
have
it.
been flagrant too. I'm surprised he gets suspended for that. Was a dumbass play by him. Well, and surprising because he's not that kind of a person. So I think maybe that's why they didn't suspend him. If it was Draymond, they probably would have kicked him out of the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
But I think because Wemby's
he's not
not that kind
repeater.
of player,
He's not repeat.
yeah, it's his first time acting up like that. So I think it also lit a little fire under him as well because he showed out in game 5.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, man, this Dylan Harper guy, legit. He, I, I don't, I don't like Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle reminds me a lot of Shake of SGA in the fact that he tries to draw fouls, he tries to flop and get all those calls. And I think in the fourth quarter, he tried a couple times and didn't work out for him. But Dylan Harper is a complete baller, dude. I mean, he can play defense really well. He can play the wing. He's a slasher, everything. Like I think if I'm the Spurs, I would say Wemby number 1, obviously, and my second best player would be Dylan Harper because Stephon Castle is good, but he's very much like an SGA, just trying to draw fouls and like flop and like I don't like that. That's not personally me. Whereas Dylan Harper just plays hard and he's a firework out of the bench, man.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that was like this 3-4 guard rotation with Castle,
Crazy.
Basel, Fox, and Dylan. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do this, man. Just man,
Loaded.
And they paid Fox that $250 million to a contract extension, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So would you consider if how Dylan Harper has been playing, would you consider Castle getting rid of him?
You'll give it.
Right?
I
Sell
like
high?
Castle, man.
He's good. So sell him high.
I'll be
right?
honest with you, dude. Like, you're gonna laugh at me, but he's
Not
the
for
type of
Austin
player.
Reeves.
Huh?
Not for Austin Reeves.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I would like Lakers. Like, I don't know if you heard, but after the new calendar opens up, Lakers gonna have like I think like 3 more first round picks tradable and 2 swaps tradable now. But I would trade like 2 first round picks for Castle, man. Like, he's that fucking good, dude.
First.
He's that good, dude. I'm telling you, Castle's a real deal. I mean, you know
Yeah.
how you see Dylan Harper. I think Dylan Harper is a good player too, man. But dude, Castle, bro, like he's a good player. I would want him along with like Reeves and like Luca, man. That would be a scary freaking
He's
rotation.
more offense, right? He's not really a good defender.
He,
Whereas,
he plays pretty locked down defense, man. I've seen Spurs game, dude. That's the reason he's a starter because
yeah.
he can play that defense. Dude, it's
No,
very
I know.
athletic.
I mean,
He's
he's a
very
good player,
athletic
though.
when he plays defense.
Yeah.
He's very aggressive, you know. But I get what you're saying. They're all good, right? So if you're the Spurs, right, it's a good problem to have. But let's not fuck it up either.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
they're all
kind of,
young. They're all freaking
yeah,
young.
they're
You
all
know,
young too. Exactly. So high. Like it's kind of like what I think OKC's gonna run into. Like now you see how OKC. Well, I guess we'll see how the West Conference Finals goes. But you see how is it gonna be worth it for them to pay Jalen Williams? Like they got to the first two rounds without him, technically, right? Do you need him? Is he that valuable? Because if you have
Mitchell plays well.
right AJ Mitchell, you have Jared McCain, you make your second best player Chet, like that is still a good team overall. Would you just sell high Jalen Williams, right? You know, J Dub, just we're gonna get somebody else. We'll get more picks
Bro,
with that.
honestly, like if OKC wins the championship this year again, they should think about trading Williams and doing what
Yeah.
they did to Clippers, like go get like 6 first-round picks again. You know, like
Yeah,
go
yeah.
get it again, dude. You know,
Just
like
keep rebuilding.
because I'll tell you right now, if I'm the Lakers, I'll go for Williams. He's
Yeah.
a perfect 3-and-D player that you can have, dude. This guy's so
Yeah,
freaking good.
I think he would be a better fit for us than Hassel, but because he's a perfect small forward for us.
Exactly, he's such a good player too, man. I'll pay the arm in the leg, man. But
Yeah,
like just going back to your point, and yeah, Dylan Harper is playing well. I mean, that's the thing. They have a good problem, but at the same time, you know, you're San Antonio, right? I mean, you did bring Mount Ginobili off the bench your whole career, and he didn't care about it. So, and you had a dynasty going with Duncan, right? So as long as no one's bitching about their shit, you know, I mean, they got to
yeah,
start. I mean, they'll probably have to make a tough decision between Castle and Fox, and I think they will choose Castle over Fox because
yeah.
because age wise is younger.
Age wise, yeah,
Yeah, so I do think Fox probably gets traded. You know, to be honest with you.
Fox been kind of up and down, anyways. This playoffs, I mean, he's been okay, but I think the other players have kind of stepped up a lot more. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what Spurs do, especially how they do in second round. I think they'll also advance. We'll see how them and OKC fare up. If it's close series, a whole series, and maybe they might keep the core, but I think if they get blown out by OKC, then I think they'll probably think about moving some players around to get better. You know, so we'll see. All right, man. Let's get into some.
So wait, hold on. Who you have,
Yeah,
man?
so I have Spurs closing it out for sure tomorrow, and I have Cleveland and Detroit going to 7, and Detroit winning that series. I still believe in Detroit. I know.
So
Like
you have San Antonio closing out
tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, but
Yeah.
that's cool. I want to get to one more thing before we continue. You were gonna go to NFL. You were gonna go to NFL next, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an NBA really quick. So you know, Lakers. I just figured it out. So Lakers traded Zubac for what's his name? Mike Musala, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what they traded him for, and Michael Beasley, but no one cares about Michael Beasley.
Right.
But that was do you consider that a bad trade, or do you consider if I would have told you that if Indiana traded the number 5th pick, Mathurin, and an unprotected 2029 pick for Zubac, which is a bad trade. So you got 5th overall pick.
I think the Indiana one was a bad pick.
Imagine what happened, dude, this past Sunday. I don't know.
That's right. It's right.
So Indiana only protected. So the way Indiana did that deal for Zubac for Clippers were smart. So and Indiana thought they were smart too. So Indiana was tanking this whole time. So they had the top 3 worst record actually.
Yeah.
So they had the top 3 worst odds to get the top 4 pick. And so what Indiana said, Indiana says like, okay, fine, we will protect top 4, but if it falls between 5 and 9, it'll go to Clippers. But if it falls outside of 9, it'll go to Indiana again. You know, right? So Clippers gambled, and they also got an unprotected 2029 pick as well from Indiana, right? And they got a young player named Mathurin, who's really pretty good too.
He's a good shooter.
Yeah, and so now if you look at it, Clippers got the 5th pick, man. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Yeah,
and this draft is supposed to be good draft, bro. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that was a ballsy move. I mean, I think Indiana also made the right move. In fact, that like they needed Zubac. They got rid of Miles Turner, so they had to replace him
Well,
somehow.
but dude, this is
But
the
it's a
only year.
big gamble to take.
But this is the only year Indiana was gonna suck because Tyrese
Yeah,
Halliburton tore his
exactly.
Achilles. They
Yeah,
weren't gonna suck anymore. Why would you, if you're Indiana, why would you gamble your only lottery pick that you're gonna be in? Like, why would you do
yeah.
that? Like, why would you like want to
I
gamble
was
that
just
away?
saying, just taking the fifth pick overall on it, and then just build from
I
there.
would have said that. I wouldn't give this year's pick. I would have made it unprotected for 29 and 31 for you. I always
Yeah,
go Clippers that take 29 and 31, but this year do not touch it. We're
yeah,
keeping it this year. I don't understand.
yeah. I was surprised that Indiana got dropped out of the top four.
It's crazy, man.
I
But yeah,
almost,
man.
I almost had wished there was a 1% chance that OKC would get the number one pick. I almost had wished that OKC got the number one pick just because it would stop the tanking. I hate tanking. It would have been like, no matter how much you tank, the number one team overall still got the number one pick. That would have been freaking hilarious.
I was hoping for the same thing. I was actually hoping for the other way. I kind of wanted to go on state to get the number one pick, so people can talk about how rigged the NBA is.
Yeah,
I want to talk about. I want to tell people talk about how
back to back
NBA.
Cooper flag.
No, not even that, but it's like, oh yeah, the NBA wants to help out Steph Curry.
Yeah. Wizards got it. I think Wizards would be a good.
I think the goal is that if your team's gonna suck, you want to trade for AD. If that makes any sense, if you know what I mean. There's a pattern. So every team that AD's been on has got the number one pick if you're in the lottery.
Yeah.
If you're in the lottery, AD, like for example, New Orleans, right?
He's a good luck charm.
They got number one pick, Zion, right? The Lakers were never in the lottery, so they didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But then he went to the Mavericks. Mavericks were in the lottery. They had that 1% chance and got the number one pick, Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Last year, he was traded to Wizards. They got the number one pick this year now. So,
well, honestly, like Wizards with AD, Trae Young, and then the number one pick, like that could be a good team.
But no, but like
keep it around.
But let me ask you this now, right? If you're the Wizards, right? Yeah, you were gonna kind of play well next year with Trae Young and AD, right? But now you got the number one pick, right? And obviously, a number one pick is probably gonna be AJ Batista or whatever his name is. I'm gonna butcher his last name. If you're Wizards, wouldn't you just worry about making sure, like same thing what I said about Mavericks, like trade AD away now because you need to Cooper Flag the ball like constantly. That's the way Cooper Flag's gonna be good, giving him the ball, right? And look what he did once AD got traded. Cooper Flag took so many shots, right?
Yeah.
And put up so many points, right? When AD was there, Cooper Flag was in the corner, man, like doing nothing. So same thing with Wizards. If you're gonna get this number one overall pick, there's no point for him to be in the corner while Trae Young and freaking AD has a ball. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
That's not the way to freaking, get the number one pick. You know what I'm saying? So if you're Wizards, you really got to think about that. Fine. We have Trae Young and we have AD. You got to trade one of them away at least and get some more picks. Because the thing is, dude, you got to develop this number one pick who's going to be bona fide star.
Yeah, but it's the Wizard we're talking about, dude. They never develop people properly. They had John Wall a while back and Bradley Beal, and that would be the core group, and they just didn't do anything. Right? They got to the playoffs here and there, but like just the Wizards, like you don't expect much. I mean, I agree with you. I think you should trade AD while you can, because I think his stock is still relatively good, right? I was gonna ask you, what if Wizards call Lakers and say, "Hey, Reeves Reeves and for Trae Young"?
I wouldn't do that.
Straight up,
I wouldn't do that. I would never.
You wanted Trae Young in our team for a while.
What? Who, me?
Yeah.
No, before Luka, dude.
Yeah, before Luka. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had Luka, I don't need Trae Young, bro. Luka's Luka. I would not trade for Trae Young, man. I would want Austin Reeves like 100 times, 100. Yeah. Because there's no way I want Trae Young. There's no. I would not even want to touch Trae Young, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
I would trade for AD though, not for Austin Reeves.
Right. No way.
I would trade. I know you're gonna laugh at me, dude. I would trade 3 first-round picks for AD right now.
3? No, hell no. You're out of wood. That'd be as bad as a freaking what's his name, Bane. 4 first-round picks for freaking Bane. No, that's hell no, dude. You had in mind 1 first round. I give him 1.
But dude, AD, man, he still hasn't played that much, man. He's gonna
Exactly. Why are
He's
you
so
paying for
dominant.
that?
So
Why would you give
dominant,
three
dude.
first-round picks for a
He
guy
just
who's
gets
played
he just gets
10
unlucky.
games?
He just gets unlucky, dude. He's so good, bro. I want him back so bad, dude.
No, he's good. I
Bro,
get
imagine him catching lobs from Luca, dude.
I get
My
it, dude.
God.
But he's
He's a
like
perfect
he's like
center for
Embiid.
he's a perfect center for Luca, dude. Perfect power forward, dude. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, but we're gonna get maybe 1 out of 10 games from that
But
guy.
I'll tell you one team that's gonna go after AD though. I'll tell you again. You're gonna laugh at me. I keep on harping this team, Detroit Pistons.
Detroit Pistons. That would make sense.
They need a second. This team is so
If I was
good.
the Pistons, I would get AD over Embiid.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Pistons gonna be. They're gonna probably lose this series maybe to Cleveland. 'Cause I don't think they're beating Cleveland twice because Cleveland is good still. You know, they're not the Magic. You know, they're freaking good, right?
Yeah,
But anything can happen. I'm just saying. But I just think Detroit might shake it up a little, man. So
yeah. Because Cade is out there playing by himself most games. In some games he'll get
Tobias
Tobias
Harris.
Harris to wake up, but like besides that, he's not also very reliable. But yeah, man. All right, let's get into some football. We got some exciting games coming up. They had the
Schedules.
week 1 schedule
Yup.
that just released. I think and then some Thanksgiving schedule came out, and then the
I
Christmas.
mean, every team got their schedule today, but these are like the main marquee games,
Yeah.
right? And like obviously, everyone kind of knew that the Rams were gonna play in Australia against San Francisco, Melbourne. I mean, that's supposed to be Rams' home game, right? And
Right.
49ers has been making fun of, like, I'm talking about when I say 49ers making fun of it, I'm talking about like the GM Lynch and
Right.
like Shanahan's been making fun of the Rams about that because Rams volunteered their home game to go to Melbourne, and they chose and they got to choose the opponent, and they chose San Francisco. And the reason they laugh about it is because they take over SoFi.
Yeah, exactly.
So they did this on purpose, saying that, well, let's go to Australia.
Yeah.
Have them travel to Australia.
Yeah. Because the freaking the 49er fans are just complete takeover. It's just like how the Knicks fans took over the Sixers stadium in the game 4. Like it was crazy.
Dude. Crazy, dude. But yeah, man. I
mean, what matchup shout out to you for week 1?
Dude, I'm kind of excited for to be honest with you, the rematch of the Super Bowl, man.
You think so?
I want to see, because like I want to see what's the quarterback for Patriots, Drake May, right? I want to see how much he improved throwing the ball.
If he is AJ Brown.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm kind of excited for that. But one game I'm really excited to see is I want to see how Carolina plays and Chicago plays. They're playing each other for week 1. They're both young QB. They had a great year last year. Let's see how they play. Let's see how they play. Those are 2 games that kind of caught my eyes. Like, okay, I'm excited for that. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
How about
you? For me, it would be the 2 games that I really want to see for sure is the Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs.
Why?
Just because I want to see if the Broncos, like you said, are they better? Because this is their way of starting the season. Just make a statement again, like this is still our division.
KC doesn't have Mahomes.
I know, but it's still a way for them to make a thing like this is still our division. Even if Mahomes come back, that's
like Lakers opening up against OKC and Shai is not playing. That's not a statement,
right?
I'm sorry, that's not a statement.
That's how you started. That's how
Shai's not playing. You better whoop their ass. You better whoop their ass. Like Shai's not playing, dude. What do you mean?
You never know. OKC is so a very good coach team. So
tell me Justin Fields gonna take over, bro? That's what you can
tell. Probably not, but it will be interesting to see for sure. And then I think the one that you probably like this one is the Cowboys against the Giants. I want to see because both of these teams. The rumor or and the analysts are all saying now that the NFC East is completely wide open, that the Eagles have fallen off, and the Cowboys won the draft, and there's a huge culture change in the Giants. I want to see how much better did the Cowboys get? How much better did the Giants get? What does it look like? This would be a very interesting thing to see because if the Cowboys come out and just are on fire, I'll be like, yeah, they might win a division, Because the Eagles play the Commanders, so we don't know.
But dude, I mean, Giants still a young team. They're not gonna match up well against the Cowboys, man. I mean,
don't know that. John Harbaugh, dude, good coach, might get him ready. they improved on defense too. Their defense got significantly better from the draft. So I'm interested in that. I think for sure Seahawks will beat the Patriots. I think the Rams will beat the Niners, even though it's all the way out there, because the Rams are projected to dominate again. But those are the two teams I think week one I'm really interested in seeing. Just to see if the Broncos are still, because Broncos are also like pissed that they lost in the playoff because Bo Nix was injured. That one game that they should have advanced in.
Well, he's on who freaking.
I know it was his dumbass.
They could have been the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you one thing right now though. NFL got Thanksgiving correct though. These games are super exciting for Thanksgiving, brother. I'm telling you right now. Y'all, Green Bay traveling to LA to play the Rams. That's gonna be taken over by Lambeau people for sure. That's gonna be a great matchup. Chicago at Detroit. That's a really good matchup. Then my favorite one, bro. Philly at Dallas.
Yeah,
I love that, dude. That brings the best out of everyone. And hopefully Mahomes is back. If he's back, he'll be playing in Buffalo, brother. Cannot wait for that. Then you do have Bo Nix and his one leg versus the Roger-less maybe who Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, and then you have Sunday night you have like New England against Chargers, and then Carolina versus Tampa. But the Thanksgiving games are amazing.
Thanksgiving Day's gonna be good, dude. Be great.
And this year they're playing Thanksgiving Eve, which is a Wednesday game, which is Green Bay at Rams. They're changing it up a little now, man. That's crazy. What's your take on that, man? They're playing on Wednesday now. That's crazy. Like they're
trying to maximize the schedule. Honestly, they're trying to get their eyes on as many days as possible.
Which is smart, right? Because people usually have Thanksgiving Eve like get off early from work, right?
Yeah.
And like that's pretty cool. So yeah, they're maximizing that. So that's pretty smart, man. I mean, wow. I mean,
yeah,
crazy.
Do you think so? By Thanksgiving Day, okay, hypothetically, which coach do you think still has a job by Thanksgiving Day? Sirianni or MCDC? Dan Campbell. Which team is still coaching on Thanksgiving?
I think Sirianni is still coaching. I think Dan Campbell, he's going to be a hot seat this year, man.
I mean, he's a hot seat, yeah, for sure. I give that. I think both of them are.
Not really, man. Sirianni can still like get another year off because of that Super Bowl. Yeah.
If if the Eagles are 500, because Thanksgiving is like what week 13, 14?
Because they can blame. Okay, if they don't have AJ Brown, they can blame the fact that they don't have AJ Brown.
No, they drafted like 1 million receivers. They drafted the best receiver in the draft. No,
Makai Lemon.
Yeah, and then they also got a new offensive coordinator, which is Sirianni's pick again.
Is it? I thought that was a management pick this time.
Was it? I don't know.
They let go of Sirianni guy. I think that's what I heard. They let.
Yeah, they got rid of Sirianni guy. Okay, so like, wouldn't and let's say they're both 500 and then at this point it's already like week 13, 14 by Thanksgiving. So who you would still think that Dan Campbell will be out and not Sirianni? Because I'd be surprised if it's still Sirianni.
Sirianni's still going to be there, man.
I'd be very surprised.
You know who's a one coach that gets a lot of like doesn't get scrutinized, which he should.
McVay?
No, not McVay. Not McVay. Shanahan did.
Yeah. Why? Why would you?
But dude, he hasn't done shit though. He's been to Super Bowl, lost twice. All right, he choked in Super Bowl twice.
Dude, after last year, you got to give it to the guy. Last year,
no, I get it. Yeah, because with nobody. I mean, you still had McCarthy, bro. He's still a freaking elite white running back.
McCaffrey,
you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then also you still had your quarterback most of the season playing. You know, I mean, you usually have you got your tight end in and out too. I mean, only people didn't have the receivers. I mean, everybody else, man. I mean, the receivers were not
even
there.
On defense, like Trent Williams was injured for a lot of it, right?
I know, but he doesn't get scrutinized as much. You know, he doesn't get under pressure for some reason. I don't know why. Like he's always held to a high regard and standards, but he doesn't really produce. Like he hasn't won a Super Bowl, right? He hasn't brought Super Bowl to that
I give
team,
you that.
Right? Like I mean,
I think
they had teams to win the Super Bowl.
I think you know why, and this is funny because like. The excuse for why Shanahan still has a job is because his quarterback is so mid, right? Like Brock Purdy is not elite, So like he gets paid like one, right? That's the funny part about it is that he is paid like an elite quarterback, but he's not really in that class of elite, right? Like you wouldn't put him in there. He's in like a Jalen Hurts kind of class.
Yeah.
So like I would say like because of that. they still give the benefit of doubt, like, oh well, if Shanahan had freaking Josh Allen or something like that, or Joe Burrow, he would be way better. But because he doesn't have it, it's like his comfort, But whereas other coaches have an elite quarterback and they're on a hot seat, right? So I
Because
think
like
that's probably why.
it's
But
so
you're right though. He doesn't.
it's so crazy, like how John Lynch and Shanahan didn't lose their job after trading up to get Trey Lance.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Any other general manager, coach would have been fired by now. I mean, like I'll give you an example. Raheem Moore was a good coach,
Yeah.
but him and the GM both agreed to trade up to go after the rookie quarterback, and after signing Kirk Cousins, they both got backlashed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I give it to you. I mean, I think John Harbaugh had the longest leash before now, with the Ravens. Even though like they never won a Super Bowl. I mean, he had Lamar Jackson and all those failures of Lamar Jackson. It's still He kept his job. He walked away
He's like
from
Doc Rivers, banking on that one Super Bowl win. That's
Yeah, exactly. And with Joe Flacco, right? But it's the same thing with Shanahan. I think there's just no microscope for them. Like and it's like Andy Reid. Well, Andy Reid you kind of give because he's been dominant. He had dynasty for a while. Yeah, I guess. Which coach would you say is in the hot seat besides Dan Campbell? I think which other coach do you think is in the hot seat this year?
Yeah, man. I mean, those were my guys that I thought would be on a hot seat for sure right away. But I'll tell you one coach that will not be there. I hate saying this. It's a hot take, though. I think Vrabel's gone.
Because of the whole scandal? He's too good of a coach, though, dude. He's way too good of a coach.
The under fire they are in right now. Okay, I'll tell you right now, man. That team's going to have a horrible season because that's all they're going to just talk about. Every time they get the opportunity, like, they're going to try to, like, it's such a black cloud over that, what's happened. And like after reports leaking out that she even had a kid named, and she named him Michael because it could be his kid. Like,
but he so like that whole thing, right, with Rossini and him, like he owned up to it, right? He kind of, I mean, he didn't openly say yes, we had an affair, but he kind of said it was mistakes, and like I've talked to my family, we were figuring it out. So like he kind of owned up to what his mistakes were. But she was the one that's like, no, I didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. She's like denying it. And I mean, obviously she lost her job because of it. But like, I think she should have also just been like, yeah, own up to it, whatever. And then at least save Mike Vrabel because he's such a freaking good coach, man. What is he going to do?
That's the thing, man. I think what's going to happen is that Robert Kraft has to make a decision,
I mean, it's not like Robert Kraft is also any angel. The dude had a whole, like...
It's a perfect team to have this kind of shit going on right now.
I know.
I could have asked for a better team for this shit to happen, to be honest with you. They all in the same... They pee in the same freaking pond, bro. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think if the Pats start off hot, the talks kind of not go away, but quiet down. But if they don't, then yeah, that shit's gonna be hot as hell, dude. Yeah. That seat's gonna be so much on fire. I agree with you there.
But I'll tell you though, but to answer your question, who I think is gonna be in the hot seat that might not survive to Thanksgiving is the Cincinnati Bengals coach.
Oh yeah.
That's the one coach I don't see him surviving by Thanksgiving. If somehow Burrow plays and they're still like barely 500 or under 500, he's not gonna survive Thanksgiving. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
I see that coach get fired for sure. Because you can't keep on saying that. Burrow's injured. Like.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I mean, also at the same time, I hope and I always say that I hope for Burrow's career's sake, I hope he gets the hell out of there. First chance he gets, because like Andrew Luck was such a good quarterback, but the Colts protected him in no regard as far as offensive line and shortened his entire career. And same thing might happen to Burrow. So I hope it doesn't happen because we can't lose good quarterbacks like this. So I hope he goes somewhere else.
Like the Rams.
I'm hoping the Rams. Honestly,
that'd be great.
If Burrow comes to Rams, guess who's a new Rams fan?
Your ass.
I'm picking the Rams. If Burrow comes here, now, I'm not even gonna say we're gonna win championship. I would just be like, dude, Rams, because that would be such a good fit.
If Burrow comes here, I think me and you both lose our wives.
Oh yeah, for sure. My wife's gonna get a season tickets for sure. The whole time, dude.
Like, okay.
Especially if Jimmy G's still there and McVay and Joe Burrow. Oh my god.
That's insane, bro.
Man, anything else you want to go over today?
Nah, man, that
We
was
covered
that,
all.
that was everything, bro. I mean, NBA, the draft picks, lottery, we covered everything, man. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean,
Yeah.
NFL schedule came out. We'll find out who's playing in the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. We'll take those picks, next week. I mean, I think the first game, I think it's probably next week. It can't be this weekend because depending on
Yeah, because tomorrow
it can't be this weekend.
both teams play. So yeah, they'll probably at the latest maybe by like
Monday.
Monday we find out.
Because they both play tomorrow, right? And even if one of them wins, NBA is not gonna pack 2 games like that. There's no way.
Yeah.
So there's no way. So
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting. We can talk about it. We'll probably know who's actually the outcome of it because I think Game 7 technically is on a Sunday, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Game 7 will be Sunday.
Right? If it's Sunday, right? Because they'll be
If it goes to there, yeah.
That'd be crazy Sunday, man.
All right. Well, we will be ready for that, and we'll recap the NBA playoffs, and we'll go from there. Until then,
Round ball,
Round
we're
Ball, we
out.
are out.